We're at Kankakee River State Park. Yeah, I've never been to the Florida Keys, but now I've been to Kankakee. Do you think we can get some Kankakee lime pie while we're here?
That would be lovely.
It's certainly hot enough to be the Florida Keys. It is like high 80s right now, and we are sweating. But we are gonna find an adventure lab while we're here. So come along with us.
Adventure!
Adventure discovery! In the meantime, enjoy the sounds of nature and our footsteps. Did you hear that? It's the Kankakee cuckoo.
Hi, friend. My name's Erica. What's your name? I know it's a really good day.
It sure is, Erica.
It's looking really nice.
Flutter.
Do you want to come here? Possibly? Or are you just... Oh, okay, goodbye.
I don't think so. See you, bye.
The first stop on this adventure lab is going to take us to the site of an old mill.
Ooh, what mill?
It's called the Altdorf Mill. I don't know a lot about it, but there is going to be a sign. I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. I need a little piece of information on this sign. So Altdorf comes from the German words Altdorf, meaning old village. And there was a mill here built around 1857. It's no longer here, but this stone is actually the remains of it. And it says Altdorf Mills, 1857. It was found here by the original custodian of the park when it opened in 1958. So this is the remains of that mill. Anyway, we have the information we need. Onward. Look at that. Shining through the foliage, you can see the beautiful Kankakee River, which I'm told is one of the cleanest in the Midwest. Of course, that was Big River talking, so who knows if we can trust them. The next stage of this adventure lab is a little over a mile away, but we may have to jump in this river. Ah, yes, the crystal clear waters of the Kankakee. Even though the river sirens are calling to me, I'm going to hold off from jumping in for now. We're only one stop into this adventure lab and I already left my water bottle at that millstone. We've decided we're just gonna try and grab it on the way back and share a water bottle.
Very nice.
This is very nice, but it's kind of gross. Anyway, I guess we'll share it for now. Anyway, the next stage of this lab is gonna take us to a sign that talks about Illinois, which is where we are now, being the prairie state. There used to be about 22 million acres of prairie in the state, and now there's almost zero. So there's a lot of initiatives to restore sections of the prairie. This appears to be a large section of that restored prairie I was talking about. The tall grasses and wild flowers are beautiful. But you know, before I moved to the Midwest, I was like, it's gonna be all flat. It's not gonna be very pretty, but come on. My iPhone footage doesn't really do it justice, but trust me, gorgeous. So this sign is actually gonna tell us how many acres of high quality prairie remain in the state of Illinois. And that's how we count this section of the adventure lab. Sadly, the answer is less than 2,500 acres. Yikes. Swing break. Stage 3 takes us to Stevens Rock.
Ooh, Steven?
Yeah, and apparently there's a plaque on it dedicated to C.A. Stevens, who I believe was the founder of this park or the person who started it.
He was the first caretaker.
Oh, right.
We learned that in the first one. Did you read the whole thing?
I did, but I don't have good memory. I don't have good knowledge, but I don't have good brain. This is Stevens Rock in memory of C.A. Burt Stevens, founded the park. I was like, it doesn't even say who erected this memorial. Yeah, it does. It was erected by his friends. Doi. Erica brings up a good point. 1948 to 1968 is only 20 years. So was he only 20 years old when he founded this park? Or younger? These next few stages are going to come in fast now. I don't think this is one of the stages, but it's a beautiful lookout. Look, it's even on that bluff right there. I don't know if that's limestone or what. And we've got a Smokey the Bear selfie station. Only you can prevent forest fires. Erica's adventuring over here, but I gotta see this lookout. Danger, steep cliffs. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that dragonfly, but also look at the view.
What are you doing on my lookout?
Oh, is this yours? It's old lady Kankakee. That's her catchphrase. Believe it or not, none of those beautiful views have anything to do with this adventure lab, but you would be cheated if we had not included them in this video. Yeah. Next, we're gonna be heading to the Smith, or the Ira Smith Family Cemetery. Ooh.
Gulp. Don't go in there.
It's kind of weird how Smokey the Bear talks so much like that butterfly we met. Anyway, yes sir, nothing better than a cemetery that you gotta go through the woods to get to.
You know, I love a good cemetery.
Me too. What do you like about it?
I just like the creepiness, and then I also like that there's nobody there, and then I also love the fact that the ground is hollow.
You mean hallowed ground?
Oh, yes.
I guess it's hollow in the sense that it's got bodies in it, you know, holes. Now speaking of hollows, this is like the Sleepy Hollow Bridge. Here it is, the Ira Smith Family Cemetery. This appears to date back to the 1800s. Looks like 1870 something there. And I have to find the name on the largest grave. I'd love to know what that is. I like how all these graves are like just laying down. I wonder if they weren't originally laying down, but they eventually tipped them over and like put them in cement to preserve them.
I bet you.
So they wouldn't get kicked over.
Yeah.
Yeah, because these look older. Most of the graves are of infants and children who died during different epidemics, so that's sad. On a less morbid note, the final stage of this adventure lab takes us to a suspension bridge that goes over Rock Creek, which is attached to the Kankakee River. Uh-oh, you may have to suspend your disbelief that we went on this suspension bridge because it is clearly under construction. I'm still gonna do my best to get close enough to log this final stage of this adventure lab. Can I do it? I literally just had to get to the other side of the fence to answer this. Be close enough. The answer is the bridge is green. Okay, let's get back where we're supposed to be. All right, Erica, that was the final stage of this adventure lab. And there's just one last thing I gotta do today before this adventure can be complete.
You gotta jump in that river.
Heck yeah. Whoa, it's like a bath in here. Cheers. Is my water bottle over here? Oh, it still is. Yes. Yes.